Are you thinking about getting a tattoo done but you are terrified of needles? Not to worry, stay tuned for tips and advice. Hey guys, I'm Hayley Tattooer and this is Tattoo Talk. So a lot of my clients come to me when they're getting their first tattoo and say, I'm terrified of needles. I really don't know what to do. I'm probably gonna faint. Never fear. Those clients are usually fine getting tattoos, and you will be too. So when you think about why people are scared of needles, generally it comes down to a traumatic past experience. And those past experiences have all happened in something to do with the medical profession. So at the doctors, getting vaccinations or immunizations or flu shots, tetanus shots, local anesthetics, intravenous strips, intramuscular needles, all that kind of thing. So what you're dealing with there is, something that you don't really want to have done, but it's necessary. So you're going in, you don't really feel like getting it done, you know that there's going to be pain involved, you've got nothing to show for it at the end, you're in like this very, very professional, sterile environment. And if that trauma comes from when you were little, you were probably terrified. You were probably absolutely terrified and have been forced to get this needle done. But there is a huge difference between having a needle at the doctor's and getting tattooed, a huge difference. So the first difference is when you're going into a doctor's surgery to get a needle and you look and you see that needle coming, it is probably a big, long, sharp object that looks like that. And so you're thinking that is going to go all the way into my muscle, or like a big needle that goes into your vein if you're getting like an IV. Those things are terrifying. Even to me, covered head to toe in tattoos, I still cringe at the thought of those things going into my body. Tattoo needles, however, are usually inside a tattoo machine and they only protrude from the tattoo machine sort of 2 to 3 millimeters. So you're not looking at a big ominous needle approaching you. What you're looking at is kind of like a motorized drawing utensil with a sharp tip on it. So that fear of the needle approaching you isn't really there. You don't really get that opportunity to freak out. Another difference between medical needles and tattoo needles are that these ones only go into your skin 1.5 millimeters. 1.5 millimeters deep into your skin. So we're going through the top layer of skin into the second layer of skin, and that is as far as it goes. It doesn't go anywhere near your veins, it doesn't go anywhere near your muscles, not like those medical needles that go into your veins or into your muscles, and that feeling, that weird like cold feeling when they inject like a vaccination into you, like you can feel like a ugh. So yeah, it's super different. You're not feeling anything being injected. What it feels like is like a sharp scratching of the skin. Pretty annoying, definitely after several hours, but nothing to get intensely worked up over. In saying that, when you first get a tattoo done, it can be a little bit scary because you're going into the unknown, and that's why most tattoo studios will allow you to bring a support person with you. Somebody who can hold your hand and just be there as backup, if you have like a little bit of a freak out or you have a bit of anxiety, somebody who can just be there, be present, provide comfort. So if you're scared, bring a support person. We do have instances of people fainting in the tattoo studio, and you may have fainted or passed out in the past from getting a needle. If that is the case, a lot of the time on your consent form, there'll be a question that says, are you prone to fainting? If you do circle yes, we can accommodate that by perhaps laying you down for the tattoo. I tend to try and lay all my clients down, even for arm tattoos and that kind of thing, because it is a little bit more comfortable and your blood sugar stays a little bit more stable, your blood pressure and that kind of thing. So I try and lay everyone down, but even if you're a little bit worried, you can always ask your artist to lay down, because if you are prone to fainting, your artist would probably prefer to lay you down than to have to catch you if you do faint. Now, we don't have a lot of people fainting, but to prevent fainting, you might want to have something to eat prior to coming in to your appointment. Maybe bring a soft drink or some lollies or candy with you if your studio will allow, just to keep your blood pressure and your blood sugars balanced while you're getting it done. But I tend to find that most people faint not from the pain, but from the nerves. So it's more of a nervous thing than a pain thing. So once you get your head around that, it's more, you know, keeping yourself calm, that kind of thing that's going to prevent you from fainting. We don't get a lot of fainters, every now and then. I guess the main thing is to let your artist know. If you've got a fear of needles, let your artist know. If you don't want to see them setting up in front of you, just let them know. Or if you do want to see what the machine looks like and what the needle is prior to getting it done, just ask them. Most tattoo artists are really, really accommodating, and they'll be happy to help you through that initial fear when getting your first tattoo. So if you've got any questions about fear of needles for me, chuck them in the comments below, and don't forget to pop over to my Instagram, Hayley Tattooer, to have a look at some of my work and my life stories, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.